Last week, I did a video about Devondre Campbell of the San Francisco 49ers refusing to go into a game and then walking off the field. Of course, you know how that's probably going to end, right? Well, what I didn't know and what I overlooked was there was actually another player for a different team that did pretty much the exact same thing. Care to listen?
I can't say anymore. I'm probably already in trouble for mentioning it to well, we call you normies.
Well, ladies and gentlemen. The Ravens played the Steelers last night, and they won 34-17 in convincing fashion. Now, while I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers still have a chance to make the playoffs, they have a good record still, the Ravens won, like I said, in convincing fashion. However, the Ravens last night was missing one of their wide receivers, okay? A man by the name of Dionte Johnson. Now, Dionte Johnson was a late season trade from the Carolina Panthers. And his statistics in Carolina, were pretty decent. However, when he got to the Ravens, I believe he was maybe displeased with how he was used, which caused him to make one very bad decision.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Of course, which will make him a couch sitter for the remainder of the season. Not that, maybe if he had to stay with the team and just been patient, maybe he got a ring. But, you see the title right here. But before we do that, I want to show you some of the stats that he had because he was actually on my fantasy league as a wide receiver, as a Panther, and as a Raven, okay? Now, you see the first, 1 through 7 weeks. They're pretty decent, the touchdown, the yards. They were kind of up and down, but I think he was a pretty solid wide receiver. Of course, week 8, he had an injury, and also that was during the time he got traded. And then week 9 versus Denver, that's when he comes in for the Ravens. Now, if you see the last 4 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever that he was playing for the Ravens, he wasn't used very well. I don't know whose fault that is. I think he was decent, but the fact of the matter is the offense right now is running through Derrick Henry. Everybody knows that, right? So everybody else kind of gets in where they fit in, all right? They start, they use Derrick Henry. The offense starts opening up, mid-game, late game, and then that's when, what's McCall starts throwing the football. Okay, that's when Lamar Jackson gets in the air. Well, anyway, enough about that. Before I get into this article, let's talk about his trade, okay? Let's go here real quick. The Carolina Panthers, on March 12th, 2024, the Steelers traded Johnson to the Carolina Panthers for cornerback Dionte Jackson and the 178th pick overall in the 2024 NFL draft. Now, you see right here in 2023, he got drafted in 2019. He played all the way up until 2023 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, if I'm not mistaken. 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right. Again, I think he has solid numbers. I will leave a link to this in the description box. He gets traded to the Carolina Panthers on the 12th of March. And then on October 29th, he gets traded to the Baltimore Ravens. And of course, this is from Wikipedia. They've already updated their information. Refused to enter the game week 13 against the Philadelphia Eagles, where they lost. And then he gets waived by the Ravens. All right. And so let's go to this article right here. Dionte Johnson, waived by the Ravens, had 1 catch for 6 yards after trade deadline. Now, this I believe maybe he was displeased with how he was being used, much like the guy from the 49ers. He was displeased with, the other guy coming back off an injury and all those kind of things, right? As you see here, the Baltimore Ravens waived wide receiver Dionte Johnson, But let's go down here. Let's see here. He refused, saw limited playing time, caught 1 pass for 6 yards, refused to enter the team's home matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, and then got suspended for last Sunday's contest against the New York Giants. Now, I believe that was the main catalyst of why he got let go. And, well, that brings me back to the article in question, all right? For just $5 a month, please consider becoming a member of Welcome to Normieville. There you will find access to members-only videos and members-only live streams, as well as a host of other perks. Thank you for your consideration. Back to the video. 1 catch for 6 yards. That's all Dionte Johnson contributed to the Baltimore Ravens on the field before the talented yet troubled wide receiver was unceremoniously cut by the team on Friday afternoon. Johnson, who was traded along with 5th-round pick from the Carolina Panthers for another 5th-round pick in October, I mean, it's pretty much a Coke and a smile, recorded as many suspensions with the Ravens as he did receptions. The former Pro Bowler was suspended for refusing to enter the game against the Philadelphia Eagles on December 1st, which the Ravens noted on their website when announcing his release. With the Panthers, Johnson recorded 30 catches for 357 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns this season. That was his statistics while he was with the Panthers. Johnson was initially traded to the Panthers for starting cornerback Dionte Jackson in a late round pick swap. Jackson had 5 interceptions this season, tied for 4th in the NFL, and has started all 14 appearances in Pittsburgh this season. Well, I think we know who won that trade. Johnson suited up for the Steelers throughout the 2023 season after the team selected him round 3 of the 2019 NFL draft. The 5'10" wideout apex came in 2021 when he recorded 107 catches for 1,061 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. Johnson was 28, was headed for free agency this offseason. Now he forcibly gets a head start in seeking his next destination. Well, I hope the players in the NFL are not going to make a habit of doing this, all right? Now, while you might have a gripe of how you're being used or overused or underused, okay? What you don't do, and I'm sure the organizations and the coaches are setting examples of these gentlemen, these individuals, this is something that you cannot do under any circumstance, regardless of your gripe, regardless of your issue with the team or the coach or a particular player, your quarterback or your defensive whoever. What you cannot do is refuse to enter the game when asked to go to work, right? Just like any of you normies out there, myself included, refusing to go to work will more than likely end up in a termination of your job. And the NFL is no different. So while I don't want to see anybody lose their job and not, have a paycheck, actions have consequences. You refuse to enter the game, guess what? That means you effectively have lost your job. Just like anybody else in society, these 3-letter sports organizations are no different. You don't want to come to the game, that means you don't want a paycheck. Simple as that. I don't feel sorry for them, because if it was me, if it was you out there, the viewer, the same thing would happen to you more than likely, unless you own your business. You don't come to work, you don't get paid. And if you just refuse to come to work, well, then that means you must not want this position any longer. And your services, therefore, are no longer required. All right? So let me know what you think about that down in the comment section. All right? And with that being said, thank you for attending another episode of Normieville. You know me, I'm just Normie, here to bring you the latest and greatest in sports news, entertainment, and politics. Let me know what you think about this man making probably one of the worst decisions of his career, and we'll probably follow him to the next organization if he gets to sit in another organization or play for another organization. Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section. And please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell, and we're out of the door. And I will see you on the next video.